Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMOM, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMOM podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMOM Secrets podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to the KetoMOM page. My name is Stephanie, and we are going to have a real life conversation, not saying that all of my conversations aren't real life, but I actually want to help you realize that social media is a highlight reel, can be a highlight reel, and sometimes people share real. And then also, everybody has their own challenges and things they're working with. And there are certain things that might feel like it derails you. It might feel like, you know what, I just want to give up. You might hear the little voice that says, you're not worth it. You can't do this. Why do you think you can? And how do we get out of the funk? How do we keep going? What keeps you motivated? What inspires you? I will be real with you and say that Steve and I deleted the last video that we did 2 days ago. So here's what I want you to know, and I'm going to tell you what we have been working through, how mindset is important, your food is important, the voices that you listen to are important in achieving your goals, in even just helping you function throughout your day. So as you're tuning in, we have been going through this book called The Power to Change, and it's been incredible. It's been eye-opening, especially for my husband. I'm not going to take you through the book right now. I'm going to tell you why we deleted the last video, why we didn't go live today, and what we're doing in the future, and how we have life happen to us as well. Oftentimes people will say things to me like, must be nice, your life is perfect. Your life seems perfect, right? Why are you always so happy? How do you always choose the right things? Like and I have to tell people, I love that I appear that way. And it's not that way, but my husband and I really value self-development. We really value the power of reading. We really value having mentors. We do value taking care of our health, right? We're not perfect, but we make the best choices possible. So I want to walk you through our last 48 hours. And maybe if you've been in a funk, or maybe if you need to get back on track, or maybe you just need something to help you, maybe something will resonate with you. But I would love to know real quick, where are you tuning in from? I'm tuning in from Minnesota. It's actually, I haven't been outside today. We have, and part of our last 48 hours, beside what I'll walk you through, is our daughter is healing from her wisdom teeth getting taken out, which I'll tell you has been way more painful than I remember when I got them in high school. Isn't it funny how you forget things? I mean, she has been a trooper and really in a lot of pain. So today is day 4. I feel like she's turned a corner, but it was kind of hard the last 3 days, and taking care of her, like, that's not the hard part. You just feel bad when your child's in pain, right? And so we've just been having a couple things that we have been dealing with personally in our life, with family stuff, extended family stuff. I'm going to tell you that if you don't have really a plan in place, if you don't have a target you're shooting after, if you don't take time to at least work on yourself in the morning, and then really kind of have somewhat of a routine or habits put in place, it's going to be easy to derail, easy to quit, easy to give up. Because I'll give you an example. Like, we've had a couple things happen in the last 24 hours, 48 hours with some conversations from extended family, working on different things, and our daughter healing. And then I'm a mom of 4 girls. I'm a homeschool mom, right? And my husband and I work from home. I say all of that because we all have stuff. Now, why do people quit on themselves? Why? Why have you quit on yourself if you have in the past? Usually it's because you're not set up for success, right? You don't have things in place to help you throughout your day, whether it was meal prepping or an accountability partner. Maybe you have no idea where to start to get your mindset right. Kids are screaming, you're late for work. And then so why do we do that? And then it's also our own voices in our head that says, we shouldn't be doing this. You think that you can't. It's words from other people over the past. That's why we work on mindset in the mornings. So why have Steve and I not done lives in the last 2 days? Well, we have been doing this together. This book is powerful if you really want something to help you with your identity and then putting actions in place to help you. It's incredible. And what I love is when Steve and I have something that affects us in our life, if it's in our environment, if it's with other people, or if it's with the voices in our head, we know how to fix it. We just have to do the work. So if you watch the live, you got to see us nicely kind of bicker back and forth. Like we weren't seeing eye to eye. We weren't agreeing with how the book was being laid out. There was a little sarcasm. And I think maybe if you watched it, you would have said, oh, that's real life. But when we got off, we both were irritated. And I was like, why do you see it that way? And he was like, that's not what the book was saying. And isn't it funny how something so small, like, can ruin your day? Like maybe it was the spilled milk. Maybe you were late for work. Maybe you got a phone call that you didn't enjoy. Maybe somebody just simply cut you off when you were driving somewhere, right? And it triggers. It triggers what? It triggers a response in yourself to I either can choose to have a good attitude and I know how to fix this, or it's going to wreck the rest of my day. So I thought we worked through it. And we like to say, and we've been told this phrase, here's a phrase that you can take with you into your day and the rest of your life. Don't see something worse than it is. Just hear this. Don't see something worse than it is, right? So as simple as our argument about the book and what was being portrayed, we really worked through it. We had a busy day, lots of different things that have played factors in our environment. We know how to get back on track. I'm going to give you some things that we did. But what it did is it also fed into this morning. And then I realized, and my husband, maybe we'll talk about this tomorrow, is he didn't want to do the live with me this morning. And he would tell you this. And I was like, hey, what are you going to talk about this morning? So we both were like not seeing eye to eye, which therefore caused a little bit of an argument. And it came down to this. It came down to understanding that everybody sees things differently and we all have different things that play a factor in our environments, and you get the choice. You get to choose your attitude. You still can own your day. If there's one thing that goes wrong, it doesn't have to wreck the rest of your day. If one thing goes right, guess what? If your morning starts out right, it usually overflows into the rest of your day. Why am I saying this? Because people use food as a crutch, as a reward, as an emotional tool, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm frustrated. And what we've learned is this morning, my husband and I had to sit down and talk. And he's like, he was battling some of his own mindset of, I'm not actually adding value. Nope. He was hearing the voices that he has heard in the past, not even from himself, but other people. And he was believing a lie. And I'm wondering if some of you either have done that, believed a lie, challenged in that area, and maybe feel like, you know what? I maybe never will look that way. Or maybe I was told my whole life, this is how I'm always going to be. And it is a lie. And we had to recognize it. I had to do better with my words and encourage him and tell him the value that he does add to people's lives. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have people living in your home with you, a spouse or kids or like other people in your home, like your words are powerful. And while you might be going, hey, Stephanie, like, what are you having for lunch? I'm going to say, what are the positive words that you've spoken over people? Because to me, that's more important than my kids making tuna fish low carb wrap. Like, that's fine. If you're looking for recipes, go to ketomomsecrets.com. But I'm going to tell you, more people struggle with the things that they think about, the words that people speak over them. And that's why it's so important to go, okay, I might be in a funk. I might not feel like I add value. Maybe I don't feel like I can truly hit these goals. How do I get myself out of that? How do you do it? So my husband and I had to go, all right, why are we not communicating? What is the issue? Like, just sitting down and just, sometimes you have to go, you know what? I may have maybe overcommitted myself today, or I've said I was going to do something and I'm actually not going to because I need to take care of this. Otherwise, it's going to overflow into other people. Is this making sense? So we didn't do the live this morning. I said, I can't put on a smile if we aren't like seeing eye to eye and we're not communicating well, right? Or, hey, what are you thinking and what am I thinking? Me giving an encouraging word to somebody else. My husband needed it. I would say, here's how you get out of a funk. Here's how you get back on track. Here's how you can move forward. You need a target. You need some goals. You need a mentor or an accountability partner or an environment like I hope the Keto Mom page gives to you. I know it's not physically in your space in your home, but you need to find people that you can watch. They can give you some action steps, and then you do the work. We knew that this morning was not going to go great because we weren't seeing eye to eye. So we took a breath and I said, guess what? We don't have to do it, right? We need to talk to each other. We need to pray about it. I need to encourage him. We need to find the lie and pluck it out and replace it with the truth, which is what we are talking about in this book. Right? And usually when you're working on yourself, isn't it funny how when you decide to make a stand and do something like eat healthier, go to the gym, be a better mom, get out of finance, like get out of debt, when you make that decision, how life just goes, oh yeah, really? And then it throws some things at you to see if you can withstand it, right? You're going to get out of debt, something breaks. You're going to have a better marriage, something causes you to fight. You want to have a better relationship with your kids, and all of a sudden you need to learn to hold your tongue and listen, right? You want to lose some weight. All of a sudden there's a party tomorrow night, and you get to make the choice. You want to go to the gym, and then a kid is screaming, and you're like, ugh, right? And that's when you get to go, I can do this. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm not going to see something worse than it is, and I'm going to adjust. I'm going to choose to remember that my thinking is powerful. And I've said this so many times, and it's not mine. I learned it from Joseph McClendon III. I say it often because the more I say it, the more that you eventually remember it. As I think, so I feel. As I feel, so I do. As I do, so I have. So if I go, okay, I'm not a loser. I'm not going to be overweight my whole life. I'm going to take my thought captive of whatever's going on in my mind, and I'm going to think and go, I can do this, right? Nope, I'm not going to make the excuse. I need to take a breather and take 2 seconds. I don't need to go scroll on social media. I don't need to go eat the brownie. I'm going to go, okay, as I think, I can do this. I am strong. I'm committed. Maybe I need to phone a friend. Maybe I need to just go lock myself in the closet for a second and just breathe. Whatever it is. No excuses. As I think, so I feel. When I empower myself by just stopping and telling myself I can simply do this, maybe you've got a favorite quote, maybe there's a book you like to read, turn on some music. I like worship music. Whatever it is, there's certain people I love to watch. So I feel. Feelings create actions. Is this making sense? Like, this is 100% so powerful that if you can get this, I'm not saying all of your days will go perfect, but you can snap yourself out of it to get back on track. As I think, so I feel. You change your thoughts, you change your feelings. Your feelings create actions. You will choose better over the course of your day, and the results come out of your actions. So if you want different results, we have to reverse engineer it. If I want different results, I've got to look at my actions. Why am I doing something? Why am I making an excuse? Or, listen, I'm doing incredible with going to the gym. Why? Because my feelings are great. Why? Because I'm telling myself that I'm strong. Why am I making an excuse? It's because my feelings are I'm sad or I'm angry. Why am I sad or I'm angry? Because I'm telling myself that I'm not worth it. Does this make sense? So we haven't done the last couple lives just because we're working on a couple things, right? I think the book is powerful. And when you choose to go after something great, a change, a shift, something that you're really wanting to shift, you're going to meet opposition and you're going to have to work through it. And that's great. So we are going to continue the book tomorrow together because I feel like my husband does have value to add. And if you knew me, like truly know me, I am spunky, I am wild, I am focused, and I am not a person that digs into feelings. Like usually I have to tell myself, please don't offend somebody. I'm straightforward. I don't know if I appear that way online. My husband is incredible at listening. He's really great at listening to people and to respond when appropriate and ask great questions. Oftentimes people listen to like react with their own words of what they're thinking. My husband is incredible, complete opposite of me. He slows me down, makes me think, super insightful, full of wisdom, and asks really good questions. And so while he might not get as much of attention, I'm like, I actually need you because otherwise I would be too abrasive and then I would blow people out of the water. I feel like I'm a little bit more calm online, but if you were to meet me and my friends would say, Stephanie's intense. And I've really worked on it. But what's great is usually when you surround yourself with great people, you've got people that are opposite of you and you learn to work together. So I say all of that because I want you to know something. You are worth it. If you've got negative voices in your head, like we've been combating with my husband and even just different things in life and some things we're working through outside of our family, but our extended family, I would say that your mindset is so important. And if you don't work on that in the mornings, right? And I say morning because usually it sets the course of your day, right? So if you don't work on something going into your mindset, whether it's you speaking over yourself, affirmations, the things that you're listening to, the things that you're watching, subconsciously, if you flip on that channel, the news channel, and that's the first thing you're listening to, be interesting to know if you were to just track 2 days, listen to something like the news, things like that, what's going to happen is it would be interesting to watch that day and the next day, turn on a great podcast, listen to somebody that inspires you, turn on some worship music, listen to something that's going to fill you up, how your attitude is the second day. It is so important. Why? Because all of those feelings and all of your thoughts and all of those things will ultimately help you decide if I choose the donut or the eggs, if I choose to skip the gym or I go to the gym, if I choose to scream at my kids or I actually just sit and breathe and go, oh my goodness, they're my children, I just need to take a breather, not see something worse than it is and respond when appropriately. Am I going to fight with my husband or are we just going to both hug it out until we're done? I go, I'm so sorry. So your food is important. Your mindset is more important because it starts here. And that's what I want to help you with. So just so you know, at any point in time, you can send me a message. I would love to help you on your journey. You can always go to KetoMomSecrets.com, click on book club, mindfulness, recipes, how to get started, ketones, mom fuel, whatever it is that you're looking for. So send me a message. You can ask questions below, but we will get back to this book tomorrow if you're watching live. It's a great book and we're all on our own journey. And I love that we get to do this together. I would rather be open with you and help you realize that I am not a perfect person. And I'm working on not being so, because my husband would say, all right, Stephanie, your way or no way. And I'm like, I know, I'm working on it. I know I don't know everything. Sometimes I feel like I do, but I know that I don't. I'm really, 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 if you're going through the book with us, especially tomorrow, I'm not trying, I'm training to hear more, to not be so abrasive, and to hear people's feelings. And so, all right, I realize I'm about to lose some of you. Hey, have a great day. Tune in later. I'll pop back on to give you some keto tips. Send me a message. I hope your day is great. I legitimately can give you a foods list, some tools to use to help you on your journey. Let's just get you started. If you need to know how much water to drink, like I will help you with all of those things. I just am really passionate about mindset. So mindset and ketones. and a lot of other things too. So, all right, have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.